Wow, what a theme song. Would you listen to that? Hey, this is your host, Daniel Ehrenberg, on the franchise episode number 71.
That is right, and this is your co-host, Henry Papali, live from 60 miles south of Haddonfield. And we have a very special guest this week. This is Mr. Jason Anthony Harris with us. Welcome.
Hey, fellas. Thank you so much for having me. I am an enormous fan, and
you're no longer a fan.
So you're welcome.
You're no longer a fan, Jason Anthony. You are a part of our show. You're already family. You're part of.
That's wonderful to hear.
You're part of the family, and
Part of the family.
Because you co-wrote our theme song.
That's right. Co-wrote. I'm so sorry. Henry really wrote it, and I programmed beats and electronics around that.
Well, let's be more accurate here. Henry farted out a guitar riff, and you made it sound palatable.
He remarkably farted out like something great, though. He quickly did, how's this? And it was perfect. It has a perfect structure to it and perfect length.
Well, thank you very much, Jason. Dr. Sardonicus, you're in my lair, so careful.
Tweet at us at Pod Franchise and let us know who gave the better contribution to our theme song.
Yeah, Dan seems to want to play down my part. I'm not quite sure why. It's an ego thing. I don't know what it is.
I like to play down your part in every aspect of my life, Henry.
That's true. It's pretty consistent.
Yeah, it's true. It's good. You're a good friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the best.
So, on that go fuck yourself note, here we go. Episode 71, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Oh, Henry. Ooh, it's October. So we're still covering horror franchises.
Shocktober.
Yep. So get ready for some spooky thrills and chills and spills this week. And Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, and Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Let's start with 3, gang. Season of the Witch. That song is not in this movie, nor is a witch.
Such a disappointment.
Yeah,
it was a disappointment. Yeah, I really wanted to hear that.
No song, no witches. No Donovan, no witches.
No.
Has there ever been another movie like that that's like named after a song where the song didn't appear?
Oh, I'm sure. There's gotta be.
Has there really?
Anyone ever seen Just Like Heaven, that Reese Witherspoon movie? Do they play The Cure in that?
I have not.
Do they play, speaking of Reese Witherspoon, do they play Sweet Home Alabama in Sweet Home Alabama?
Yes, they play it ad nauseum, dude. I have seen that movie.
There you go.
I think they like go to a hoedown in that movie, and there's like a band on stage playing it.
There you go.
I might have made that up, but that's what that movie felt like to me. Okay, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, by your boy, Tommy Lee Wallace. Now, much like Jason Anthony Harris, who added the Anthony to his name to make it less generic, Tommy Lee Wallace, do you think he added the Wallace to differentiate from the Motley Crue drummer?
Certainly.
Yeah, man, he didn't want to get confused with them. That was they were just starting out. Beginning of their prowess.
They were getting going, sticking their dicks in tacos.
Yeah, in the sand.
Did you do that, Jason Anthony? The taco trick?
Do I do the taco trick?
Yeah.
On request.
When you're out on the road? Do you know about the taco trick?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Motley Crue. I read their autobiography.
Just play along.
I read their memoir, The Dirt. And they discussed in it how when they were out on the road cheating on their ladies, they would put their dicks into tacos after fucking like the groupies. So when they came home to their ladies, their dicks would smell like tacos instead of vagina.
Congratulations to Dan on having me vomit before we've begun.
I'm at a complete loss.
I'm at a loss too because
That's
100%
true.
Collectively, it was a collective memoir.
It's The Dirt by Motley Crue.
Is that the first time we've had a memoir by the entire band?
It must be.
Yeah, no one went off on their own on this one. It was a group effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you know a band is truly a unit.
I guess so. If you write together,
A unit in a taco.
Yeah.
All right, Season of the Witch here. So Tommy Lee Wallace, he was what in our first two movies, Henry? Like a production designer or something?
Yeah, art director, I think, on Dark Star.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he's a carpenter guy.
Yeah, kind of.
disciple.
And, yeah, and then he's just done a lot. He actually directed a lot of his own stuff afterwards, as you know.
Yeah, he's probably best remembered for the It miniseries, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
The
yeah, I
Tim
was very
Curry.
surprised to see that credit.
I was too. That's something I don't remember much, but I remember liking it. But I actually had a recent conversation with our frequent guest, Aaron Farinelli of the Three Timers Club on the franchise. And he was comparing it to the new one and had some interesting stuff to say. But
Did you see the new one, Henry?
Yeah. Yeah. I talked about it in an episode of Henry's Corner.
Oh, I don't listen to Henry's Corner.
Yeah. And yeah, it's good.
Did you ever, did they do in the remake the scene where the whole team gangbangs their friend
No.
in the sewer?
No.
That's in the miniseries as well as the book.
I thought it was only in the book.
Yeah, I don't remember that in the miniseries.
Did they cut it out of the miniseries?
That's what I heard.
I would have
don't know.
I would have to imagine the ABC miniseries of the week did not have a gangbang. No.
Maybe
Oh.
implied gangbang?
Maybe implied.
Yeah, maybe.
Like it was like the next day and she was like, my holes are sore.
Ugh,
Oh,
this
Jesus.
guy's on real fire today.
I'm ready to go.
Right. He's
All
ready
right.
to go.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was released October 22nd, 1982. You see what they did there?
I still don't really get it, but
don't know what
eventually I'll understand it. You keep
Mhm.
saying that every week, and I'm not real sure what you mean, but I'll get it eventually.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
A budget here of $2.5 million. Box office of $14 million. It was almost a franchise killer.
Yeah. Still made a tad of money.
Yeah, sure.
A tad. Yeah.
Not what they want, though.
No, not at all. But when I saw that, I was a little surprised. It made more than I thought. I was kind of surprised it even broke even. So.
Well, horror movies, man, they're cheap.
Yeah. Well, as we've established, they should be. So yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Well, and I wonder how many people just came out thinking this was going to be another Mike Myers type film and didn't know anything about it being a break from the franchise. And a lot of that money just reflects the disappointed masses.
Yeah, could be.
But I don't know,
I mean,
How fast would word spread,
I mean, I know whenever a Mike Myers film comes out, I'm no longer interested because since Austin Powers, I've kind of lost interest.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Love guru for life.
So 1982.
This movie came in at number 53 at the box office, right between smack dab in the middle of Diner and The Secret of Nim.
Secret
Oh.
of Nim. Didn't
Yeah.
they remake that?
No.
No, it's
What
an
am I
animated
thinking?
film.
What am I thinking of? Nim.
Nim Island.
Yeah. Okay.
What the hell is that?
That was a kids movie with Jodie Foster.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of Jodie Foster, I watched like the last maybe 45 minutes of Silence of the Lambs last night.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's very
Yeah.
good in that movie.
No shit.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, she's a real FBI agent.
Trying to cover up your West Virginia. Yeah, great movie, great performance. We'll be doing it at some point.
Jason, do you
Yes,
have
sir.
your 1982 top 10 list?
I have it. It's more like a top 6 list, but I have 4 more films that I tacked onto this. So yeah.
Just latched on to the end there.
Yeah, films I've seen that I didn't want to kill myself after I'd seen, sort of.
Yeah.
Or films that are all right, or that I had a heavy nostalgia for.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So it's a list.
That's fine. I really only love my top 7 on this list too.
Okay.
Actually,
Got it.
Yeah, I mean they're all good movies, but
Mm.
Henry, you got your
All
list
right.
up?
I'm up.
All right, let's go. What do you want to do, Henry? Me,
Yeah.
No,
Jason, or Henry, Jason, me?
let's do. Oh, I notice how you're always last.
I want to be in the
Right.
sandwich, I think.
You want to be in the
Okay.
sandwich? All right,
Yeah.
I'll go first.
You want to be the proverbial girl from It of this list?
Or the proverbial Motley Crue penis in the taco.
There
you
you
go.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Either way.
You want to be
All
Vince
right.
Neil's cock? Who doesn't?
You certainly don't want to be his career. All right.
Jeez, you
go-
brought us down. He was
Yeah.
on Celebrity Apprentice. I remember that.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Number
win?
10.
No, he didn't do well.
Just one win? Did people win?
Yeah. Brett Michaels won a season.
What do you win exactly?
It's charity, like it's money for your chosen charity, and also you get to be friends with Donald Trump.
Oh.
Some of the
Awful
winners,
prize.
some of the winners include Brett Michaels. This is off the top of my head. Arsenio Hall, Joan Rivers, and Trace Adkins. Those are the ones I can remember.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
great show.
Um,
Lil Jon came in Final Four twice. He's very good at it.
Really?
Yeah.
all right.
Top 10.
Number 10 of 1982, The Verdict.
Ooh, too low. It's a good movie.
I
But I
agree.
think too low.
I agree. I said I didn't like my Final Four.
Okay.
My number 10 is The Secret of Nim.
Look at that! The Secret of Nim making the list.
That's right, buddy.
The Rats of Nim. I enjoy that movie. A Don
Yeah.
Bluth effort.
It's a little dark. It's got some good animation in it. It's a little scary.
I hear you. I liked it as a
Maybe-
kid. It's been a while.
Yeah.
My number 10 is The World According to Garp.
Yeah,
Never seen it.
I hate that movie.
What?
Do you?
Awful.
Good movie.
Oof.
Don't speak ill of the dead, Henry.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
John Irving, you mean?
No.
Okay. All right. Number 9. I never say this right. Koyaanisqatsi.
Is that year?
Believe so.
Yeah, that's the year.
Koyaanisqatsi. Yep.
Shit, I like that movie. All right.
All right, number 9, I've got Poltergeist, which I really think I might be remembering Poltergeist 2 instead of Poltergeist because it's been so long, but I threw it on there anyway.
All right.
Oh, you should come back when we cover Poltergeist 2.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Blade Runner.
Number 9?
It's fucking ridiculous.
Listen, you two should just be psyched it's on my list.
You're an anomaly on that one, my friend.
Not-
But you already
not like-
know that.
Yeah.
I saw the new one last night.
How was that over 2.5 hour movie?
Should I say it or should I wait till we cover?
Ooh, interesting. Let's cover it
Give
like
us a hint.
yeah.
It is going to be on my top 10 list.
Are you
Oh.
referring to the movie It?
Yes. I don't want to give anything away,
Okay.
even though I sort of just did.
Yeah, you loved it. Okay. What's number 8, Henry?
Number 8, Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Conan the Barbarian,
Sure.
Nice.
due to my latent homosexual tendencies, I would say.
And due to my latent homosexual tendencies, my number 8 is Gandhi.
Number 8. Wow, I'm really looking forward to the uppers on your list
Listen,
here.
I'm very
Yeah.
happy with my list.
It's going to be
Really?
some arty shit. I know it.
Get
All
ready.
You
right.
know, I've never seen Gandhi. That's one of the
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the, I wrote some films down that came up when in my research for this list Gandhi was one of them. Fanny and Alexander, another one that I've never seen.
Wait,
I've
hang
always
on.
been
Fanny
interested.
and Alexander's definitely not this year.
No, it is.
But I have that on a different list, I think.
Well,
I think because they released it as like a series first or something, like a miniseries.
Yeah,
maybe.
right.
So maybe I'm including the miniseries.
Right.
well,
might be going
that and we
theatrical.
also on the franchise we do U.S. release date, and we don't do festival dates. Like if it came out in the Toronto Film Festival or the Sundance or Cannes, we don't do that. We do like mass U.S. year. So.
All right, you fucking pricks. So I didn't. I hope my list
That's fine.
is actually accurate. We'll see.
It's plenty accurate.
Okay.
All right, where are we, Henry?
Number 7?
Did you do your number 8?
Yeah,
Dan?
Gandhi.
Okay, number 7, Death Trap.
Ooh, good.
Number 7, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. That should be on my list.
It's not on mine either.
Yeah.
My number 7 is Poltergeist.
All right. My number 6 is The Year of Living Dangerously.
1982?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's true. AIDS hadn't really spread yet.
Is that a joke, or do you not know what the movie's about?
I've never seen it. What is it about AIDS?
No. It's about, I don't even remember. It's about like a reporter goes to a foreign country and covers the revolution during that period. I think it's Peter Weir. I know it's Sigourney Weaver and Mel Gibson.
It's like that Tina Fey movie no one saw.
Yeah, no, Year of Living Dangerously is a really good movie. So good that I don't remember anything about it, but I do remember liking it a lot.
Okay.
Yes. Number 6, Jason?
Number 6, I have Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Ooh, I love that pick. All right, my number 6 is Death Trap.
All right. My number 5 is Diner.
My number 5 is The Verdict. Much higher up the list where it belongs to be.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. My number 5, Henry, is Diner.
Look at that. Look at that. My number 4, I'm sure it's not on either of your lists, is 48 Hours.
No,
It
thank
is
you.
not. No. My number 4 is The Dark Crystal.
Oh, good one.
Wow.
Love The Dark Crystal.
Yeah,
Heavy
I love
nostalgia on my part, but still,
I was gonna
I rewatched it a few years ago. I
It
still
holds
love
up okay, yeah.
I haven't seen it in since I was a kid. I loved it as a kid. I don't know how I feel about it now. Yeah.
My
Right,
number 4 is White Dog.
The fuck is that?
I saw that listed. That looked really interesting.
It's very good.
Yeah, I want to see that.
What is that?
I saw it years ago. It is on the Criterion Collection. It's sort of like a horror movie. Wait, maybe it's not on the Criterion Collection. I might have made that up. But it's a Samuel Fuller movie. And it's about a killer dog that attacks black people.
It's a racist dog.
Yeah.
God. Okay. Number 3, 1982 for me is Gandhi.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is The Border with Jack Nicholson. For me.
That's a good movie.
I've never even heard of that.
That's Harvey
No,
Keitel
it's good,
too,
man.
right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I saw it a few years ago, and it really blew me away.
How about that?
Quite good, yeah. No Wall,
No Wall.
but it's pre-Wall
Pre-Wall.
film. Yeah.
Right. Well, actually, it came out the same year as The Wall.
Different Wall. I know.
Right. My number 3 is Werner Herzog's Fitzcarraldo.
That's a good choice. And
Yeah.
You were number 2, Henry?
we went out there for a minute.
What the hell happened there?
I don't know. I lost everybody.
Gee.
I heard everyone. I heard all of your breathing and
Good. It's the way we want it. I was going to say...
I thought Henry was having a panic attack, honestly.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
I was, because I haven't seen White Dog. I made a note when we made these lists, Dan. At the bottom, I made a note that says "Never saw Fitzcarraldo,"
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
That belongs on every list.
which I actually own. So I have no excuse now.
Watch it
All right.
tonight.
yeah,
Sure.
watch it.
If I'm in the mood. Oh, I don't know. It's Sunday night on
You'll
HBO.
never be in the mood for Fitzcarraldo, so just pop it on.
That's
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah,
It's Sunday. It's HBO Sunday night. It's a lot to watch.
that's true.
All right. My number 2 movie of 1982 is The Thing.
That's your number 2?
Yep.
Okay.
My number 2 is, of course, Fitzcarraldo.
Very good. My number 2 is The Verdict, Henry's 9th favorite movie of this year.
No, it would be much higher. It was actually number 10, and I can tell you right now, I like it better than my lower 5. So yeah.
There you go.
Okay. And the number 1 movie of 1982 is Blade Runner.
Same here.
Oh, God. You nerds.
What's your number 1?
My number
Come
1
on.
is John Carpenter's The Thing.
Never seen it.
You never?
What?
Whoa!
I haven't seen it. You know, I may have seen it when I was young, because I saw just a ridiculous amount of horror movies and thrillers and sci-fi films.
Mhm.
But if I've seen it, I cannot remember it barely at all.
Oh wow, man! You got to get on that.
Yeah, it's one I need to revisit, I guess, or
Oh.
watch for the first time. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We've put it off long enough. Let's talk
Alright.
about Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch.
Yes, sir.
So, this was the big experiment in the Halloween franchise. Mustafa Akkad, our erstwhile producer, wanted to keep this franchise going. So he went to John Carpenter and Deborah Hill and asked for a third movie. And they said, we'll give you one, but no Michael Myers. They wanted to do an anthology series where once a year a movie would come out around Halloween and just be its own little unit of horror.
Yeah. Which I like the concept of that. Yeah.
Has anyone else tried this? I mean,
Not
I
that
guess
know
on
of.
TV.
It would work better now as like a TV thing. You
Yeah,
know?
well, it's kind of what
Yeah.
American Horror
I guess it
Story
kind of
does.
is, yeah.
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 They come out once a year and they're like, here's some bullshit. And everyone goes crazy over it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's the same with is it the same makers, Dan, of like American Crime, or the same idea, right? We're going to get like a different type of crime every year. Like we got OJ this year, and then next year we'll get something else.
Henry,
or no?
you're very confusing because American Crime is a different show where there's a crime every year, but has nothing to do with OJ. But
That's why I asked and said it won't have anything to do with OJ. Did I not?
no. Oh, the OJ show you're thinking of is American Crime Story,
Oh my God.
where the first season covered the O.J. Simpson trial, and then next season is going to be Gianni Versace.
That's what I meant to say and articulated poorly because of lack of knowledge of television.
But
So
American Crime
thank
and
you.
American Crime Story are two different shows.
Well, thank you much.
Neither should be confused with Law and Order True Crime, which is currently covering the Menendez murders.
Oh, right, because American Crime's that Timothy Hutton thing, right?
Yep, it's got Regina King and
All right.
probably some other people that I'm not thinking of right now.
My job is to...
Lily Taylor. That's one.
Yeah, my job is to obfuscate our listeners to the point of total confusion.
No, honestly, get it together, television industry. There should not be two shows called American Crime and American Crime Story.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one.
For us Luddites out there. Yes. All right.
I don't think that's a Luddite thing. It's just an uninformed Philistine thing.
I got it. Right.
All right, so we're starting this movie the same way we start all of them, a zoom into a pumpkin, but it's a computer pumpkin?
It's a fucking Atari pumpkin, is what it
It's
is.
great.
Oh.
It's great.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, what's this movie about? Stonehenge got robbed, and there's a crazy Halloween mask company, but they only make 3 masks. One's a witch, one's a skeleton, one is a pumpkin.
You know, I wondered that throughout the movie and actually thought of it on the tour of the factory. And I was thinking, like, this guy's, like, supposed to be the most profitable mask maker, and he really, I was looking for other masks, and I don't think I saw more than 3.
No, he just
right?
makes 3 killer masks, literally.
They're not really that good.
And they all talk about what a genius this guy is, of course.
Yeah.
What's the genius?
I
There's
don't
a fucking
know.
pumpkin, a witch, and a skeleton mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever seen a pumpkin mask before.
Have you
Really?
not?
That could be innovative.
Okay. I think everyone in the town, in this little shit-fuck town, was just impressed by his accent.
I think so, too.
What
And,
accent? It's Irish,
He
right?
won them over. Yeah.
I think it's funny. He's like, he's an Irish actor, but the accent is almost like this aristocratic take on what someone would think an English-Irish accent is. It's very unidentifiable. It's not...
There's the name for it. I can't remember what the fuck it is, but I read a quote where he says that the only thing he had to say about the film is that, well, I enjoy doing this accent.
That's right. I read that, too.
That's not much of a film, but I had fun with the accent.
I read that, too. Yeah.
I mean,
Not like the accent that we get from Michael Curry, franchise crossover as Dirty Harry's boss, Dan.
who's this guy?
He plays the motel guy, the Irish guy. Oh, welcome to our town. He's made it so profitable. Yeah, that's Dirty Harry's boss with a real heavy Irish affect going on there.
I'll say something right now. I like this movie more than it probably deserves.
Mm-hmm.
And but this is partly because of some of my pet loves.
Okay.
I love a Body Snatcher movie.
Right.
I like Pod People. I've liked every version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers ever made, including the
The
faculty.
Nicole Kidman one? Nicole Kidman
Oh, I
one?
didn't see that one. Good call.
Yeah, I did.
But I've seen, 3 of them, plus the faculty,
Sure.
plus the great TV show Invasion. But, so I like that, and I also like Backwoods Town.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, Children of the Corn, or Oliver Stone's U-Turn.
I love U-Turn.
Yeah.
I think if they had kept it that simple, then we would have had a more, a better film.
Oh, well,
But
yeah,
they
it loses
don't.
its mind in the last half,
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, the first 15, 20 minutes, I'm into it, with the fucking guy who turns out to be an android who looks like Paul Dano, who tries to strangle him and then gets run over by the car.
That was one of my favorite deaths in the whole series, because it's death by slow rolling car, and it doesn't even like crush him. It just kind of bumps him, and he's toast.
Does it explode? I can't remember. There's a lot of explosions in the film.
Yeah, not that death. That's a different one.
There's
But,
too many explosions in 3 and 4, which goes
And 4.
it
right.
goes against my rule: no explosions in a horror movie.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
I didn't know you had that rule.
We talked about it in Scream 3, Henry.
But there was an explosion in Halloween 2 at the end. You didn't mind that one.
That's at the end. We're blowing up
True.
the killer. It's all right.
It's the climax. You can't have explosions all throughout the film because it's
Right.
kind of this release, that like the tension is released.
Although it is
Not
pretty
to make it
sweet
too
when,
sexual,
when
but-
Ben Tramer blows up.
It's true.
Jason, what'd you think of the first 2 movies?
I'm at a 5-star and a 3-star with the first 2 movies.
That makes sense.
I love the first film. I think it's a masterpiece. The second film I was really into for the first 20, maybe 30 minutes of the film. I love the continuity between the first and the second films.
Mm-hmm.
How it has the same look, the same feel, and how you're on the same night and they seamlessly they don't have to do a previously on. They just kind of edit the film together to where you could just watch the second film, really.
Right.
I often do.
And yeah, and, or never having seen the first, and you would be fine.
So you pretty much agreed with me on those ratings there.
Yeah, and then it just really goes downhill and starts jumping the shark, and the kills get kind of crazy, and it's not as scary as the first. Yeah,
I agree
not
with
as
that.
not as well directed at all. But it's fun, so it gets a 3.
All right.
Oh, speaking of which, I did want to quickly mention, because Dan mentioned our theme song at the beginning. This particular theme song we used for this episode and the prior episode was a John Carpenter special remix that Jason did.
That's true.
Yeah.
Remix.
Extra
Yeah.
synths.
Yeah, I just add a lot of simple synth lines to it.
And you sped it up.
Sped it up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
It
cool.
was fun. I used some cheesy sound effects on it. There's a
Yeah.
little orchestral sound in the beginning that I particularly enjoy.
All right.
Nobody else noticed, I'm sure.
I will
Yeah.
now.
I make music for myself, so.
Yeah.
You know what song I would have used if I was still using random songs for this episode?
What song?
Of course. Bum 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 bum. What is it like?
Oh,
Halloween, Halloween.
Oh, right. Yeah. The
Oh
Silver
no,
Shamrock
it's
song.
London Bridge is falling down. So what is it? Three more days till Halloween.
Halloween,
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 Halloween. 3 more days till Halloween. Silver Shamrock.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's Tommy Lee Wallace's voice.
I don't know if that's his voice, but it's his voice in the commercials that's like, "Hey, Silver
Oh,
Shamrock."
it's that too. I think it's also the well, I don't know what you read online, but I was reading that he did both, which made me really hate his role in this whole production even more.
Well,
Yeah.
I loved the song. It plays only 1,000 times in the
I was gonna say only.
movie. Yeah, but I
yeah.
did enjoy it the first maybe 400 times.
I enjoyed our first, probably our first coverage in our franchise history of just the blatant stereotypes of Irish. I loved it. It's pretty funny because it's like an evil Irish mogul, and they have to name his company Shamrock.
Of course.
It's like incredible. It's like, yeah, no one cares.
It is.
It jumped out to me right away. I was like, really? We're going, oh, okay, all right.
And you
What?
don't often see that.
No, I mean, you might as well have had a
The
fucking
evil
leprechaun
Irish?
on there. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you really don't. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's
more of a
like-
19th century thing.
Yeah. I thought
Early
we'd be like
20th century, maybe.
throwing shit at them from a ship coming off onto Ellis Island or something.
I mean,
Right.
that's what they do, though. There was like a Irish wrestler named Finlay a few years back, and they had him like come out to the ring with a leprechaun who was really just a little person, like with a beard. And that's the stereotype, Henry. Get used to it.
I am.
I guess they took the high road in this film because there are no leprechauns,
There aren't any.
no midgets or little people,
Ooh.
no leprechauns.
Prefer the term midget. Yeah.
It's
So-
not-
sorry to offend you.
It's not woke.
Right. Well,
Sorry, fellas.
yeah. Sometimes you're not so woke, so I didn't really worry
Me?
about
Of the
Oh,
two of
oh.
us,
I'm woke as fuck.
I am.
Oh. Wait, I want to say something before we get too far into the film. The first thing I noticed after the Atari Jack-o'-lantern was the title at the bottom of the screen that says October, Saturday the 23rd,
Mm-hmm.
which made me audibly groan because I knew if we're starting with October 23rd,
We got 7 days to get through.
it's going to be a long fucking ride.
Also, wasn't
Struck me
there
immediately.
like a parody of Friday the 13th in the 80s called Saturday the 23rd?
What's that?
Oh, I don't know.
I might have made that up. Let's look it up. Let's look it up, gang. Saturday the 14th. Never mind.
All right. Well, close enough.
Yep. 1981.
How long is that?
Saturday the 14th. An hour and 15 minutes with Jeffrey
Oh.
Tambor. How about that?
Oh, an hour and 15 minutes. I like it. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about our main character, played by Tom Atkins, one of the characters in film history I relate to the most. This guy, he doesn't give a shit what's going on the entire time. He just wants to not talk to his ex-wife and drink some sweet drinks.
Yeah.
He has a 6-pack of beer on top of the payphone where he's calling his ex-wife to say he can't hang out with his kids because he has to go try to bang this suspiciously young woman whose father just died.
Wait, that all of that is true. So this dude dies in the hospital. Tom Atkins somehow is a doctor. I don't know how he still has his license. He is he's definitely nipping painkillers. And so he starts talking to this dude's daughter who's like investigating her father's death. She looks really young. At one point, like before they bone, doesn't she even have to like reassure him that she's over 17?
No, my friend, that is after they bone for the first time, and they're going to go for seconds. He says something about, what does he say? You look, or how old are you anyway? And she goes, older than I look.
That is a question you ask pre-bone. I gotta say.
This is in the middle of the session.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Now, you guys know who this actress is, right?
I don't know. She looks very familiar.
She looks like she probably lost a lot of work to Gina Davis in the 80s.
This is Stacey Nelkin, and as I call her, the Elizabeth Berkley lookalike.
Oh, she does look like Elizabeth Berkley.
This, I'm surprised you guys didn't look this up. I'm glad to be the info bearer here. Stacey Nelkin is the person that Woody Allen based his relationship on for Manhattan.
She's like
the 16-year-old?
Yeah.
Yep, she was the Mariel Hemingway figure in real life.
I almost said Mary Lou Henner.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and even her name in Manhattan is Tracy, and her real name is Stacy. And
good work covering that up, Woody.
Yeah.
I was telling Henry this recently that I rewatched Manhattan. It's a beautiful film. I love it. You know, it's gorgeous and it's funny. But having seen it now, years later, the relationship between Woody Allen and Mariel Hemingway is fucking creepy.
I couldn't
terribly
agree more.
Inappropriate.
Doesn't he end up with her at the end of the movie? Too?
No, he wants to. She goes away.
Right.
Yeah. That's the lost hope. Right.
The hope is that he might, but he's 42, she's 17.
Yeah, 42. He's not even in his 30s. I mean, which would still be bad, but
that is a crazy age difference. Like, when I was like 25, I hooked up with an 18-year-old and I felt creepy.
Right. So, imagine if you were 42 and she was 2 years younger.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
Yeah, and I was actually doing the math because in the thing I read, the article said that like Woody says that she wasn't underage, and then she didn't really comment other than to say like we were together. And the thing is that I believe they met during and around the period of Annie Hall, and she was born in 1958 or 9. So it's really straddling the border there. She was either 17 or 18.
Listen, Henry, boning that lady is the least of Woody Allen's sins.
That's right, I agree. But I was just trying to figure it out. So essentially, yes, there's no way she was not underage when they were dating.
Oh, so. Well, that is fascinating. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, Stacey Nelkin.
So back to Tom Atkins, if I may.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he lets his ex-wife yap at him on the phone. He's got that high life sixer. He's boning the 17-year-old. Well, it's so he takes this possible 17-year-old to a motel in this crazy town. They're going to investigate this costume shop. They check into the motel. She wants to go out and investigate. He says, "It's getting late. I could use a drink." Meanwhile, light is still flooding into the room from outside. It appears to be about 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And this guy wants to get drunk. But first, they bone. I thought this was going to be like a will they or won't they in this movie.
Oh, no, they will.
No, it's like a how many times will they?
Right.
There's a lot of fucking in this movie.
Yeah.
No boobs, though, right?
There's like I think there's a glimpse. There's a glimpse.
You were trying to catch that glimpse, huh?
No, not at all. I think that when they lay down, I think you see something.
So after they bone, he goes out to get another drink because this guy needs to be drunk all the time. He's walking.
Yeah, well, with his life decisions, he has to.
Yeah, and Dan
drown that guilt with something.
And for both of you, if you've noticed, we have not yet encountered a medical doctor who isn't wasted.
Who are our other medical doctors?
Well, remember in Halloween 2, the guy who's about to operate on Jamie Lee Curtis is totally smashed. Yeah. So unless you're a psychiatrist who's just inept, you're a drunk doctor in these films.
What about Dr. Richard Kimball?
That's a good. He's a good one.
Yeah, he's a good doctor.
He's a good doctor.
And the female doctor from the second one. Wasn't she a doctor?
She's a nurse. Yeah.
There are no female doctors in Haddonfield.
Right.
Was she a head nurse?
Yeah, she was a head nurse.
You can't. We're in 1982. The female doctor phenomenon hadn't risen yet.
It's not.
Yeah.
They're still at home. They're at home making ham sandwiches, which Michael Myers ruins with blood.
Oh, I hope she didn't eat that sandwich.
I know.
The ex-wife, by the way, is that the actress who played Laurie's friend in Halloween 1?
Yep.
You mean the voice of the ex-wife?
No.
He goes and sees her, remember, and he brings the masks home.
She looks nothing.
She already bought masks.
I didn't recognize her.
Well, she doesn't look anything like she did even 4 years prior. Yeah,
I thought she looked similar, but her voice, that nagging, awful voice.
Hey!
She was always annoyed in the first one. At her boyfriend, and she's annoyed in this one. And,
no, I didn't like her. I didn't like her. She was my LVP in that movie.
I like her. El Jerko.
Right, totally. Yeah.
No, that's PJ Souls.
No.
I know, I'm just saying the line.
Yeah. So... Listen, I didn't recognize her in this. That's weird. She's not playing Annie because the movie Halloween takes place in this movie.
That's right.
Like, we get confirmation that this does not take place in the universe.
Right.
So now
maybe she's playing the actress. Maybe she's playing the actress.
That would be amazing. Tom Atkins was once married to the lady who played Annie in fucking Halloween.
Now she's a housewife.
And I did like that movie. I think almost unintentionally has an out because how they're going to do the remake now. It's going to pick up like from where Halloween 2 left off, and then a lot of the other ones. I think Dan can correct me, and I'm sure he will. That they pick up where there is no Halloween 3, right? It just doesn't exist because
Halloween 3 is never brought up again.
Okay, right. So, but they left themselves an unintentional out, which works in that they acknowledge at the time, even like not even in hindsight, they acknowledge in the time that it is not part of it. So that worked in their favor for future endeavors. Yeah.
Who cares? So he goes out to get a drink. He comes back. He's got a bottle of whiskey in a paper bag. He encounters a homeless drifter.
Right.
The drifter says, "Could I have a drink of that?" And Tom Atkins is just totally cool with that. Lets this strange man on the street take a swig of his drink with his lips.
And I'm thinking hepatitis C. I don't know about you guys.
I'm thinking mono.
Yeah.
Oh, mono. That would be bad. Yeah. I wonder if he'd even notice. And then, so he continues to drink. He's like taking nips of this drink as he interrogates this homeless guy.
Right.
And then after that, we follow the homeless guy into an alley, and he gets his head twisted off in my favorite death in the movie.
That's very good.
That's a good death.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good gore in this one.
Yeah.
There's right before that death, before they kill him, they push him down to his knees, and he's kind of facing the one with the other behind him. it looks like it's about to get very erotic, and then he gets his head twisted off.
I did notice that.
Did you notice that?
Yeah,
There's a
an
moment
awkward
there
situation.
where it looks like the android considered it.
Yeah, he was feeling some human emotion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It wasn't in his programming. Yeah.
Right.
So Tom Atkins gets back to the motel. They still haven't investigated shit yet. She's wearing lingerie. Why'd she pack lingerie? If she was always planning to bone this guy, I guess.
Yeah. She was into it from the beginning.
She wanted to take a mustache ride.
Yeah.
And
I mean, good for us, the audience, because otherwise this would just be horrible.
good point. And then there's a sequence where he starts to take her lingerie off, and he starts sucking on her nips. You don't see a lot of nip sucking in the movies.
Yeah, you don't. That's true.
Because it requires actors to be sucking on actresses' nips.
Right.
Oh, my God.
It was odd.
You're
wasn't-
odd. It was odd because it was very tender. And then they cut away, right? Like that's the last shot of that little scene, and then there's like a
You see them get
Yeah.
up after the sex, though, later, because I remember we see Tom Atkins' butt. I like when you see man butt in horror movies, like it's like, and here's a little something for the ladies.
Oh, he gets up because the paramedics come, or the robot paramedics come,
right.
because the lady next door has laser micro.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah,
The microchip like blows up her face, and then that bug
Right.
crawls from her mouth.
it
Yeah.
looks like a lightsaber stabs her face from
Yeah.
the microchip.
Yeah.
It looks like
The
something out of
bug crawls
Tron.
out. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking, where's that bug going?
Where is the bug going? And
I
where
was
did it come
thinking,
from?
okay, this is going to be a thing now. The bug's going to go attack them or something. I don't know.
I thought it was
I was
going to
confused
turn
about
out that these bugs were aliens, and like these,
Yeah.
like that's who we're following. Like the villains of the movie are the bugs, but I'm not
Well-
so sure about that.
Well,
They could have taken that plot turn. It wouldn't have made any more sense than the
Listen,
plot that they actually.
We're already
Well,
dealing with like magical pieces of Stonehenge, so they could literally do
Stonehenge.
anything in this movie.
Stonehenge. Yeah, in afterwards that I read the plot, apparently I didn't get this from the movie, but apparently the whole thing about taking over the world and blowing up kids' heads and all that is that the bugs are the thing that is being teleported from the remnants of Stonehenge, and the bugs are what is actually taking over everything. Yeah.
That couldn't have been more unclear.
Yep, I agree with that.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So that takes us to the third act of this movie, which is basically Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right?
It
Well,
is
I
Willy
thought
Wonka, or it is a James Bond film, or possibly an Austin Powers film. To me,
Oh, well, it is a Mike Myers movie in disguise.
That's true.
he's like, you have Dr. Dan Chalice. He's like an action hero suddenly, and you have the villain. What is it, Cochrane?
Cochran.
And he kind of, he captures him. He explains his plot to him, and then puts him in a room alone to die, and he escapes and all that. It's like a fucking James Bond film.
It
It's
reminded
true.
me of a sort of future world.
Oh, it's a little future world. Dude.
Yeah, where you got like the heroine and the hero kind of running around in a factory trying to blow it all up, and it's got a little bit of coma, a little bit of China syndrome going on there. Yeah.
You
A
know,
little bit, a dash of everything.
I
Adapting.
like the Austin Powers reference too, because there's that scene where like Tom Atkins is running around this factory, like going up on girders and shit with the girl. Like, and would it seem weird at all to you if they started playing that Secret Agent Man song?
Not
Not
at
really.
all.
No. Would
No.
actually-
And there's the scene where they're hiding behind the cart of masks that they push that's on wheels. Did
Oh,
you catch that?
And
Yeah.
they walk past the scene with the
Which
cart.
is like Spy Kids.
It's
Or
incredible.
fucking Austin Powers, one or the other.
I don't think either Spy Kids or Austin Powers would have done that even as a joke. It's like too silly.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
Oh, you know what we skipped over?
What?
Fucking Bud and his family. Is it Bud?
Yeah, Buddy. Yeah.
Buddy and his
Oh.
awful family.
Buddy and Little Buddy.
Well, they're
Ah.
sort of like the Violet Beauregard and that fat kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like they're
Yeah,
just
so it is a chocolate factory trip for this kid in a way.
for sure. Well, he dies, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I love that they kill kids in this movie. I'm always pro killing kids.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that much. So.
And he's an annoying little kid who you just want to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's most kids.
So, why not exercise this in a film?
Sure, it's like a real trippy commercial, right? Like, real,
Right.
like that flashing pumpkin and shit. And
Did anyone notice the wife's wardrobe in the movie? She's dressed like a 19th century presidential first lady. Very bizarre.
I actually think that's a cute joke because, like, he's supposed to be like the #1 salesman of these
Right.
masks, and
Yeah.
so she's almost like the first lady of selling masks.
I see.
Very true.
Yeah. I don't think that was intentional, but good pickup there.
I think it was intentional. I like
Yeah.
that we're cutting back to the hospital a few times. There's like a nurse who like
Oh,
is trying
right.
to figure this shit out. She's sort of like the Scatman Crothers character in this movie.
I don't know that reference. I'm
It's
sorry.
The Shining.
Where he's just
Oh,
like,
right,
yeah.
right.
She just kind of she never leaves the office. She's permanently got a microscope attached to her head,
Right.
and
That's
she's
right.
just analyzing shit the whole time.
Yeah.
And you know she's gonna meet a bad end. Yeah.
And she ends up getting drilled in the ear.
Yeah.
Not by
Which-
Motley Crue, though. I'm sure they've
Wh-
done that.
She begins to untangle the mystery of why there's no human remains in the car where the android,
Right.
immolated himself.
Right.
You don't see a lot of robots immolating themselves in films either. So
No, you can't call this movie like derivative. there's a lot of
No.
original shit in this movie.
I agree with that. I mean, I don't know where we're going in terms of our opinion of the quality of this movie. I think I know where we're going, but that's one thing you got to say. It's original, man. I mean, they're trying.
yes, that's one thing you could say. Yeah, she is just kind of born to die, and Buddy
Ooh,
and
like
his
Lana
family.
Del Rey.
Buddy and his family. As soon as I saw them, I said they're just made for this. They're made to die in this.
Yeah,
film.
they're-
Cannon fodder for sure.
Yeah.
Just gonna say, yep.
As soon as he introduced himself with that heavy handshake,
Yeah.
obnoxiously about his salesmanship and who he is.
Well, and anyone who is given a personal tour of anything by the
Yeah.
leader of anything is destined to not make it.
Yeah, don't go on tours.
Yeah,
of
right.
things.
Jason,
But-
practice what you preach.
Well, I'm not giving people tours of places. I am touring from place to place.
There you go.
A little thing of mine. I could say. I personally, it's up there with waiting in line and getting sunburned type of thing. I hate tours. I hate getting a tour of anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't like it either. I want to just explore.
Yeah, me too.
Me
I don't
too,
like a
right.
tour. I don't like a tour of a museum.
I
I don't
even-
like an
I don't
audio
even-
guide.
Oh, I don't like
like-
that shit either. Fuck
No,
that.
me neither. Me neither. I don't like tours of stuff like that. I really
I
want to
somebody
go.
yapping in my ear.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
even like
yeah.
a house tour. If I walk into your house, don't show me every room individually. I'll walk around.
That's like Curb Your Enthusiasm, where he
Yeah.
declines the tour of the.
Yeah, oh,
of the
yeah.
house.
I couldn't be
right.
more with Larry on that one, man.
Yeah.
As I am on most things.
Correct.
Okay, so they're showing the movie Halloween on network TV.
Right.
And they're going to play a commercial during it for Shamrock Shakes or whatever this company is. What is it?
Silver Shamrock.
Silver Shamrock, right. And they that's going to destroy the world or something. And they're really excited about this because he gets a phone call at one point about the ratings for this movie, and he says that the movie tonight is getting a 43 share. Now, gang, that means 43% of all televisions in America are tuned into a 4-year-old movie. I'm calling bullshit.
Well, here's I would agree, except they are under the illusion, and they're wrong, but that in 1982 there were only 3 channels. Remember that? Because that comes up at the end. You've got it off the other 2. You've got it off the other 2. You've still got 1 to go.
Who is he talking to at that point? The fucking president of television?
Yeah, I think he's talking to the liberal Jew media.
It
doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It is the stupidest scene in this movie that has so many stupid scenes.
You can just call someone with a crazy idea about some commercial and they'll turn off every fucking...
They listen to him. Yeah.
Which network is the one that fucked up and destroys the world?
I'm going to have to...
Fox doesn't exist yet, Jason.
So whatever, proceeded, whatever became Fox.
Oh, that's great.
It's 1982.
I'm gonna wait, what are you going to say, Dan? I'm going to take a guess which of the 3. I think I know.
ABC
is not owned by Disney yet.
Doesn't matter. It's got to be ABC.
You think so?
Yeah, I think NBC and CBS are more aware. They're going to listen to reason.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
It's
I
ABC.
think so.
Unless, had Ted Turner bought the Superstation yet?
1982, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Then I'll go with ABC.
You've got to turn the 3rd one off. You've got to do it.
Yeah, and that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
Like, the world... I assume, I picture, the second this movie blacks out and we go to credits, the Earth just explodes.
Like a third of it does, I guess, right?
Yeah. Any viewers of NBC and CBS are fine.
Yeah.
It's true. Are all 3 networks showing Halloween?
Looks like it.
What is going on in this fucking movie?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a key question. Yeah.
What do you give it?
Jason, you're the guest. You go first.
1 star.
Whoa!
I thought it was horrendous.
Wow.
It's fun to discuss it with you two, but watching it was torture. It's Stonehenge, witchcraft, robots, and androids, which on paper sounds like it could be kind of fun.
That does sound great.
But for me, it wasn't fun. I couldn't wait for it to end.
Wow.
Okay.
What scene we're skipping over?
What?
When what's her name? Ellie Grimbridge, the girl that he's fucking.
Great name, by the way.
Turns out to be an android.
Right, right.
Yes.
But not a problem. He just bats her head off.
Yeah. And then her hand comes and chokes him. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But still, regardless, it's a 1-star film for me. I would never tell anyone to see it ever, and I would never see it again.
Henry?
Okay. Wowzer, yowzer. All right. I went into this movie having not seen it, I realized, since I was a young teenager. And I was fully expecting a 1-star type of experience. But it was... not as terrible as I thought. I thought it had enough originality in it to go. I'll never watch it again. But
never again.
I won't. But I am gonna give it 3 stars.
Ooh,
3.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Because it had enough in there to keep my attention. I gotta say I wasn't bored. And I thought that certain scenes were effective.
Is that 1 star for each shamrock leaf, or?
Yes, I give it 3 shamrocks.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
It's not like an enthusiastic endorsement, but it's kind of basing it also on how we do these movies, and in the realm of our rating endorsements. This is not a 1 for me, but so
I know the realm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I've listened, and I'm still standing by my 1 star.
You should. So it has no redeeming value at all to you.
No.
All right, Dan.
I think this movie would be better remembered if it wasn't part of the Halloween franchise. I think like if it was just like a weirdo movie that you'd like found out about, like, yo, you ever saw that fucking movie Season of the Witch? It's a real weird movie.
Because it's ape shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it would have a following.
Well, it does now.
Yeah,
now
I know. People like it now, but for years it was very maligned.
Right.
I don't mind this movie. It's a skip for me if I'm watching Halloween movies, and I never put it on, so I can't really say too much for it. But I do love Tom Atkins in it. He's my MVP.
Mine too.
And and it's just kind of like a weird nugget of crazy, and I've got to give it a 3 as well.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping you'd slide closer to my side of things.
I was between
all right.
I was between a 2 and a 3, not a 3 and a 4. I'll say that.
Okay, all right. Thank God.
Who's your MVP, LVP, Jason?
MVP, I'm going Dan O'Herlihy.
Oh, all right.
Is that Cochran?
Yeah, that's Cochran. That's
he was almost mine. Yeah.
Well, he's a good actor. You know, he sells it.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's your
LVP?
He's good at looking nefarious.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, but kind of kind. You know, and yeah. Let's see. My LVP is Tommy Lee Wallace, of course.
Yeah.
The director and writer of the script, and the one who is heavily involved in that fucking commercial, which makes me want to bash my head in.
If you're gonna give a movie a 1, that's kind of the way I think you have to go, unless you have an outstandingly piss poor performance from somebody that would deserve it. You have to go with the director.
Yeah.
So who's your
writer
LVP?
director?
Right.
I'm having trouble. My LVP is probably that family.
The whole family?
Yeah, they're annoying.
I'm going to go with Stacey Nelkin.
Really?
Yeah, I just didn't think she was really a very good actress, period. And,
Henry, she had the indignity of getting her tit sucked by Tom Atkins, and you're going to give her an LVP?
Yeah, well, that's a good point to raise. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe put another actress in there with a little more charisma, and you got a little bit more energy to the movie.
Maybe Gina Davis.
Maybe Gina Davis. There you go. Yep. All right. So that's Halloween. Oh, I got a superhero count.
Oh, of course you do.
I got 2.
Okay.
One is Buddy Cupful.
Who's that?
The salesman.
Okay.
The big happy jolly salesman. He was played by an actor named Ralph Straight, and he was in the Incredible Hulk TV show.
Of course he was.
Yep. And another one, an actress who we didn't mention, who gets her ass grabbed by the doctor in the opening sequences.
And seems to be into it.
Yeah, the African-American actress Mady Norman. She was also in The Incredible Hulk. So there you go.
So boring.
She looked extremely familiar, like I've seen her in a lot of things.
I don't create the lists, Dan. I just report them.
Sure.
It's my job to report them.
He didn't cast them.
I didn't cast them. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's move on. We're a big 6-year jump to our next movie.
Big jump.
Halloween skips most of the 80s, which is unfortunate because it's the golden age of slasher movies.
Yeah.
While Halloween is away, Friday the 13th will play.
It's very true. It's very true, right? Like, they kind of just owned the 80s. I mean, after Season of the Witch decided not to do anything after that, it was all, I thought about that. I was like, well, Nightmare on Elm Street was happening.
Yeah, Fred Krueger. Yeah, that's it.
Well, you think that was a big reason to bring it back?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Sure. They have this greedy-ass producer, Mustafa Akkad. And,
top billing, by the way. His name is enormous on the screen.
I know.
The first thing you see.
It's true. He that's really funny. I didn't even think of He's the guy. So he sees slasher movies are doing well at the box office, and he wants to bring back Michael Myers. So he first, to his credit, tries to bring in John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, and they say they are willing to write a script. Their first choice to direct is Joe Dante.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Yeah, the director of Gremlins.
Right, and I think one of the better sequences in Twilight Zone the movie. Am I right about that? I think
that's
so.
right. Yeah.
Oh.
He's one of these guys that loves animation. He's like into the Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Didn't he do like I don't know, whatever. He did a Looney Tunes movie at one point. He's a hit or miss director, but he made some classics.
Mm.
But it doesn't matter. He did not direct this movie. John Carpenter and Deborah Hill deliver a script to Mustafa Akkad that is about Haddonfield's reactions to the murders, and their fear of Michael Myers becomes so overpowering that the fear of Michael Myers in the town of Haddonfield manifests a new Michael. I don't know what that means, whether it's Michael's ghost or whether
I
it's
don't
like
either.
a
I
new
read
killer.
that as well.
Wait a second.
That was
Okay.
the original idea.
Oh, right. Okay.
Rejected.
I was like already lost here. All right,
Yeah,
I hear
no.
you. Yeah. all
That
right.
was rejected. So Carpenter and Hill decide they want nothing to do with it. They sell their stake in the Halloween franchise to Mustafa Akkad. And Akkad hires a fella named Dwight H. Little
Yes.
to direct.
Yeah.
So he's our new director, and I mean, no stranger to franchises. He also directed Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone brought that up.
Thank you.
Yeah. I saw one when I was a kid. I loved Steven Seagal, and he directed Marked for Death. I noticed that.
Did he?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's something.
I mean,
Is it?
he directed Murder at 1600, which is
Right.
a not terrible Wesley Snipes movie.
I didn't see
He
that.
directed the second Anaconda,
Ooh.
The Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Yeah, and a ton of television.
Yeah, he's better known for his TV work, and he's done some pretty good work on TV. 2 good episodes of Dollhouse, a lot of bones. So much bones.
Well, that's your favorite word for this particular episode, so that's appropriate.
What is? Oh, bone? Yeah.
Bone and boning and bones. Yeah. The
Bones.
boning episode.
So I've seen all that. I watched every episode of Bones, Jason. Don't even worry about it.
Oh my God!
I
You know,
know.
my girlfriend is a fan of hate watching that.
Oh, next time I see her, I'll have
She
to.
despises the lead actress and thinks the show is terrible, but really enjoys watching it.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
I'll talk her up some Bones. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He also directed the Tekken movie, which I never saw. That's like the video game thing.
Mm-hmm.
The film of that?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
made a movie of that. That's so weird, like when they make movies based on just fighting games.
Yeah, and just a minor fighting game too, kind of.
I don't believe
I
that's
guess
a
it was-
minor
it was-
game. People
Well,
love
it
that
was
game.
big. It was big amongst gamers at the time, but it's not like, people know what Mortal Kombat is. They don't know what fucking Tekken is.
I once bought a Tekken video game, like a used game, pre-owned.
Yeah.
And there was like a side game where you could play as Tekken characters, and it was just a bowling video game. And
Now,
once
is that what the film is based on?
I hope so,
The characters bowling?
yeah, so I would play as this giant bear, and I would bowl, and my friend would play as that tiger guy, and
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
and-
really amazing.
and I never again played the fighting after I discovered that. I've played
there's
the
a-
bowling a lot.
There's a side game in Mortal Kombat too, where the characters are actually playing dressage.
What's that?
It's where they ride horses around and they kind of demonstrate their.
Oh, like equestrian.
yeah.
Like is it like polo? Is that what's going on?
No, it's not even a sport. They just kind of parade them around and like I don't even know how to describe it.
Horse.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
It's like a dog show for horses. So,
I like that.
Yeah.
I only wish that was true.
Mitt Romney. The Romneys are big into dressage. They are.
Yeah, and
They were.
it would be great at the end of those. Like if like a horse is just too great, do they say finish him?
Yeah, and then they
Flawless dressage.
and then they strap the horse to the roof of their car and go on a vacation.
And then some guy just pipes in toasty. All right. So the Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers has many credited writers for story, but our main screenwriter is a fella named Alan B. McElroy. They really brought out the A-list for this. And this guy is one of the great bad screenwriters of all time.
Yeah, he's got some credits.
Listen to these
shows.
credits. First of all, he wrote the Tekken movie, so these people worked together again.
Cool.
They had a good experience on this movie.
Cool.
But you may recall Kirk Cameron's Left Behind.
Yeah.
I don't. Is that a Christian joint?
Yeah.
Yep, very Christian. He also wrote the movie that has the lowest rating in Rotten Tomatoes history.
Whoa, what is that?
Ballistic X versus Sever.
Oh, sounds good.
It's that movie. You never saw that, Henry?
Never heard of it.
I've seen it. It's sort of like a spy versus spy kind of thing with Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Boy.
Yeah.
He also wrote Spawn.
Yeah, he wrote the movie and the HBO TV show.
Yeah.
And now he works for the WWE. He writes movies for WWE stars.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
career.
So the Marine with John Cena, he skipped 2 and 3, did the Marine 4 for Randy Orton. And the Condemned 2 also with Randy Orton. He likes working with Randy Orton. I guess
Who wouldn't?
I guess Orton's never RKO'd him, am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, are we gonna do a 1988 list?
We're
here,
almost
or-
there. We're almost there.
Oh, okay.
It's best to just let him finish there, Jason.
Oh, I'll let him finish. I want to.
Best to just let him finish. Yeah.
Halloween 4 was released October 21st, 1988. You see what they did there.
Are they releasing it like after Labor Day or close to Thanksgiving? Is that what they're trying to do?
You're close. You're so close.
Eventually, I don't know, man. I guess it's just not clicking with me. I don't know.
Yeah. No one wears white in these films.
Right. See, I knew that's what yeah.
Is that why Michael Myers is so evil? Because he wears white after Labor Day? My best work ever. There's a budget of $5 million, a box office of $17.7 million. And this came in at number 57 at the box office, right between Roman Polanski's Frantic and Steven Seagal's Above the Law.
Oh,
That is a strange mix of
that
films.
sure is. Sure is.
It really is true.
And I like both of those movies.
Of course
But,
you do. Are you a big
but-
Steven Seagal guy? This is the
Yeah,
second
what's going
movie
on?
in the last 3 minutes that you've
No,
stated some love for.
I actually hate him, both as an actor and a person. But when I was a kid, I really liked him. So I'm just going on memory here. If I saw Above the Law, I don't know. Would it get an action pass from me? It might. I don't know.
No, trust me, they don't.
Okay.
I was in a hotel room recently, and there was one on TV, and I started watching about 5 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which
It's-
one?
It's a bit abysmal. I don't even know. It doesn't matter because they're all the fucking same.
Was he wearing a
He-
cowboy
he has
hat?
he has an immaculate ponytail, and and some kind of trench coat probably.
Was
I
there a
don't-
cowboy hat involved?
There's not a cowboy hat. No.
Okay, then it wasn't Fire Down Below.
Okay.
That's how I know that one.
Is that the one with Michael Caine?
Is he in that?
He's in one of the Steven Seagal
Oh.
joints.
I don't know. The only
This-
good one's Under Siege, right?
Under Siege is good. I always liked Hard to Kill, but
Jason, you should come on when we cover Under Siege.
Oh, I would have to watch it though.
I know.
yeah.
Is there a hole in the back of the cowboy hat for his ponytail?
No, he pops it up there. I think he does a top knot.
All right, it's
Oh.
man bun.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man
man
bun.
bun.
A great, great actor.
All right, what's your 1988 lists, gang?
I'm very happy with mine. Very
Okay.
happy. Do you want me to start?
I am ready.
Number 10, Wim Wenders' Wings of Desire.
I like it.
Never seen it. Want to see it.
Should
Number
be
10. What's that?
Should be higher.
Yeah. Number 10 is Scrooged for me. I
love Scrooge.
Yeah,
That didn't make my list.
rewatched it last year, and I still really enjoyed it. I think it's really good.
Yeah, that didn't make my
It's
list.
a fun, it's a family film. I don't usually like this kind of thing, but I think he's great in it.
I love the
people are great in it.
I love the first part of it when he's a curmudgeon. Once he turns
Yeah.
into a good guy, I don't like it so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
My number 10 is David Mamet's Talk Radio.
God, that's not on my list either. You
Good
guys
one.
are killing me. You guys are killing me. All right. Number 9, this should be higher. Didn't I just say I loved my list?
Yep. What do you
I
got?
don't care. Dead Ringers.
Oh, yeah, that should be higher.
Number 9. Wow. At number 9, I have Bellatar's Damnation. One of
Never
the
heard.
most depressing films ever made in the world.
Never heard of it.
I've never seen it. You got us beat on that one.
If you want to kill yourself, you should see it.
All right.
But yeah, it's a beautiful film.
That's what I always say about Dancer in the Dark.
Oh my God.
That's
Yeah.
very true. I
Yeah.
love that film, but it's also
Oof.
it's
Yeah.
It is a bummer.
it is one of the one of the biggest bummers in cinematic history.
He's got 2 onto his belt, Lars von Trier, that make me want to feel that way about Dancing in the Dark and also Breaking the Waves.
Breaking the Waves, right?
True, true.
Yeah.
Number 9 for me is Mississippi Burning.
Great movie.
Hmm.
Right.
Number 8 for me is Coming to America.
Yep, good one. Hey, did you hear about Coming to America, the sequel?
I sure didn't.
Let me look it up. There was some news that came out this week.
Really?
This
no.
is a good time to bring it up. Let's keep going on the lists.
Okay.
What's your number 8?
Well, you didn't give yours, Dan.
What?
No,
No, I do
Jason goes
mine. And
before
then he
me.
goes, yeah, sandwich.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right, forgot about the sandwich.
Yeah, Motley Crue taco thing.
Right.
Number 8 for me is Bird, Clint Eastwood's film. It's been a
Great
long time
movie.
since I've seen it, but I have fond memories of it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I'm down for that choice.
Charlie Parker.
Yeah. My number 8 is The Last Temptation of Christ.
Too low.
Too low. Yes.
Okay. Coming to America 2 will be written by Kenya Barris, the guy that created the show Blackish, and directed by Jonathan Levine, who directed 50-50 and The Whackness.
Well, I liked 50-50. Eddie Murphy has no part in this except
He
acting.
probably has
No.
part.
He's gonna be in it.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not writing it or anything. Okay, all right.
No.
I thought
Whatever.
he only does kind of like clean films now, right?
Now,
Is that a mistake?
that's just, I mean, for 25 years now.
Well, for
It's
25
true.
years. I mean now, as in after.
After Harlem
that.
Nights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it's true. After 1990, pretty much everything.
So is
yeah.
this going to be like a PG film or something?
I'm not into it. I gotta do some more research on that.
I haven't seen that film since I was a child, and yes, I saw it when I was a child.
Yeah.
So I couldn't include it on my list, sadly. But
it's still-
it made me want to rewatch it.
It is still genius. I love it.
Mhm.
Love it.
Great.
Number 7, Beetlejuice.
I like it. My number 7 is John Carpenter's They Live.
Oh, we skipped the sandwiching.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I fucked up.
Doesn't
My
matter.
number 7 is Another Woman, Woody Allen.
That's a great movie. Underrated.
Yeah.
Jenna Rollins
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
hanging
Jenna Rollins,
out, listening to a wall. That's
This was a hell of a year because They Live is not on my list. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know what. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I have two
You
different.
were so happy with this list.
I'm still happy with the list, but it's almost one of those years where I need to do another one, especially for the shit I'm about to take for my number 6 pick.
Okay, let's have it.
Bull Durham.
Yep. I'm not. Whatever. You like it? If you like to see Kevin Costner fuck women, go ahead.
It's one of the best baseball movies ever. So.
Sports films. I can't do sports films.
I can't do Kevin Costner films.
Right.
Yeah, that too.
Well, we know that, but I didn't know you couldn't do sports films.
Yeah, I can't think of a sports film that I genuinely enjoy.
Moneyball?
I haven't seen it.
Friday Night Lights?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen the good?
Don't want to see it.
All
Don't want to see it. No interest.
Okay.
I don't watch sports. I'm not no thanks.
All right.
I'm a very close-minded man. So my number 6 is a short film about killing by Kieslowski.
Ooh,
it's from the Decalogue, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Which I haven't seen the entire Decalogue. I've only
neither.
seen a few of the films here and there, but a short film about killing is excellent.
I gotta do that. That's a project I need to embark on. Hey, Henry, can we cover the Decalogue?
I would love to drop our listenership completely and do the Decalogue.
I'd be so into it.
For 10 weeks, let's just do the Decalogue. One film per episode.
Yeah.
I love it.
Where is he from? Is he Polish or Russian?
Yeah, he's Polish.
Maybe you'll get a big Polish following.
You never know. Mm-hmm. I have a confession about the Decalogue. I recently had ordered that on Netflix because I had the whole thing in mind, like, all right, it's time to tackle.
And it collected dust in your home for how long?
Completely collected dust for like a month. And then I was like, I can't do it right now. I sent it back.
And here's the saddest part of that. Henry has definitely read the Daredevil comic, The Decalogue.
I always have time for Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Where are we?
Dan's number 6.
Dan's number 6.
Beetlejuice.
Good call.
Yeah, it's an honorable mention for me. I didn't make it on me.
My number 5 film of 1988 is Rain Man.
You know, I watched part of that last night, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it hold up?
No. And here's what I was thinking about. You know how they call him Rain Man because his name is Raymond and he couldn't pronounce it as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Raymond is much easier to pronounce than Rain Man.
In your mind.
Because there's the N and the M. That's difficult.
Okay. Should write Barry Levinson a letter.
Doesn't make
That's
any
true.
sense.
Barry
loves Rain Man.
Barry Levinson on both of my 82 and my 88 lists. Strange.
It is strange because he's only made one good movie.
That's not true. All right, number 4.
No, we're 5.
Oh,
Jason.
No. Wait, 5. Oh,
we just need Jason to run this for us because we're not.
sorry. My number 5 is Akira.
Akira going animated.
Yeah,
you know, they're remaking that too.
Oh, why?
Let me look that up now.
Like as a live action thing or something?
Yep, live action.
With a bunch of white actors, probably.
No. We're not whitewashing this baby.
Are we not?
No.
We've learned finally.
Yeah.
It only took how many major Hollywood films based on animes starring white people?
Yeah, here it is. It's going to be directed by Taika Waititi.
Ooh.
Who is he directed the new Thor movie, but he's mostly an indie guy. He worked on Hunt for the Wilder People and What We Do in the Shadows and Eagle versus Shark. He's a good filmmaker. Could be good.
Oh, I just saw What We Do in the Shadows recently. It's
How
a lot
was
of fun. It's fun.
It's the only one of his movies I haven't seen, so I should check it out.
It's a fun movie.
My number 5 is Dead Ringers.
Yeah, good. Mm-hmm. My number 4 movie of 1988 is The Last Temptation of Christ.
Yeah, I do have that too low. You're right.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 for me is Mississippi Burning.
Oh.
Yeah.
My number 4 is, that's right, the first movie we ever covered, Die Hard.
Oh, all right. Nice. My number 3 is Mississippi Burning.
My number 3 is They Live.
Love it.
Yep.
My number 3 is Wings of Desire.
Good placement.
Thank you.
My number 2 movie of 1988 is Midnight Run.
I have, of course, famously have never seen that.
That's right. That's right. That comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that, Jason?
I don't think I've seen that either. Which film is that?
De Niro.
Am I mixing? Oh yeah, I'm mixing that up with Midnight Express, which I have seen.
I've never seen either of them.
They're,
No? Oh, okay.
they're a little bit different, but not so much. Not so much.
Those take place at midnight, actually.
Right.
Mm.
Right. A lot of running.
Wait, where are we at? Number 2?
Number 2 for 88.
Yeah.
Oh, is that me?
I don't know. Did you say it?
Oh no. The Last Temptation of Christ, number 2.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, that's 2 Willem Dafoe movies in my top 10 here. And
You had quite a
several
year.
of them. Did.
Yeah. You could come back if we do Speed 2 Cruise Control and talk about your love of Willem Dafoe.
Not if. When.
Is he in Speed 2?
He's the main villain.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
remember Speed 2 at all, if I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I never saw it either.
Really? I saw it in theaters.
I think I saw it.
Yeah. My number 2 is Errol Morris's The Thin Blue Line.
Oh, I've always wanted to see that.
That
Great.
would have been on my list. I actually just recently watched that. It is phenomenal.
Great movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Errol Morris's best movie.
I couldn't argue that. I mean, The Fog of War.
The Fog of War is so great, but I haven't seen The Thin Blue Line.
Yeah. Yeah. And the number 1 movie of 1988 is Die Hard.
Number 1. Interesting.
You got it. You got it, baby.
Wow. My number 1 film is, of course, Dead Ringers by David Cronenberg.
I like that that's your number 1.
Love it.
My number 1 is a movie that was not on either of your lists.
Oh.
And that is The Vanishing.
Oh, the original Vanishing.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Not the Jeff Bridges one.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Love it. Buried Alive. I'm a sucker for Buried Alive movies.
Did
Or
you see
just
the Ryan Reynolds one?
Yeah, that one was no good. But I like I love the Kill Bill sequence where she gets buried alive.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
I don't
Oh,
know.
well, didn't The Serpent and the Rainbow come out either this year or in 82?
That's right.
I feel
Yeah,
like I saw it.
I think that was 88.
Yeah, the Buried Alive thing really freaked me out when I was
yeah,
a kid.
dude.
I remember that. Yeah,
That's a
Fucking
Wes
terrifying.
Craven joint.
I think so. Yeah,
Carpenter had a better year.
it's also bonkers. It's a batshit film, and I tried to rewatch it a few years ago, and no,
Yeah, it's Wes Craven.
just don't. Yeah,
I'd be into rewatching that. It's been a while.
well, I warned you.
No sequel. Sadly.
No.
Oh God, man, we gotta cover Halloween 4: The Return of Michael
yeah, that's
Myers.
right.
Jesus. All right, so I mean, this will be easy to cover.
True.
Fucking, he's back.
Yeah,
So, it's the day before Halloween. Michael Myers, as it turns out, has been in a coma for the last 10 years. Sam Loomis is around. He's, remember, he got blown up in the last movie, so he's got a burn on his cheek.
yeah, just a little burn on its cheek.
A little hearkening back to 21 years before when he had a scar on his cheek as the best incarnation of Ernst Blofeld
Yeah.
in You Only Live Twice. Yes.
Yeah.
For our Bond fans out there.
Look at you.
Well, just look at me.
So it's the day before Halloween. They get the bright idea. Let's transfer Michael Myers to another sanitarium.
Yeah, you got to transfer him.
Yeah. He's not
It's
working
all about
out
the
here.
transfer.
Can't we just leave him where he is? My God. Oh.
So they pop him in an ambulance, and pretty
Yeah.
quickly he murders the 2 people in the ambulance with him, and goes back to Haddonfield.
Right.
Meanwhile,
By the way, before you continue, transferring prisoners in some of the movies we've covered, it's just never a good idea.
They take it very lightly in these films.
Yeah, it
there's
doesn't.
Loomis and a nurse in the first one.
Right.
And in this one, he's just in the back of the ambulance.
Yeah, and they try to do it in The Fugitive. Didn't work out.
What's
so
your
well.
favorite aborted prison transfer in film?
Well, probably my favorite in terms of the best emotional impact is
Fast
The
Five?
Fugitive, and then Fast Five.
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
It just doesn't work. Don't transfer people.
I want to give a shout out to season 3 of Fargo. That had a pretty good prison transfer sequence.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Didn't work out either.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I know it's not going to work out, so that's no spoiler when there's a prison transfer in a film.
Yeah, especially if it's, a serial killer.
Right.
Being
When they
transferred-
transfer...
Oh, and another one, Hannibal Lecter.
That's what I was going to say in
yeah,
Silence of
that's
the Lambs,
right. I just
right?
thought last night.
Not a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah,
No, don't transfer these guys.
just leave them.
Leave them where they are. You know what? Kill them. I'm pro death penalty.
I am not, but in these movies, fictional universe, fine. Yeah.
All right. So meanwhile, back in Haddonfield, we're introduced to young Jamie something. What's her last name? Lloyd. Jamie Lloyd. And she's played by horror ingenue Danielle Harris. And she's like, 10 years old? 9?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
7? 8?
Oh.
Or no, it's 10 years later or something. I don't know.
In real
Well,
life,
I'm very
11.
confused. I'm very confused by this because
So am I.
she is Laurie Strode's daughter.
Right.
But we are told this is taking place explicitly 10 years after the events of Halloween and Halloween 2. Now, Laurie's 16 in those movies.
Oh,
Right?
is she?
16 or 17. She's in
she got,
high school.
yeah, I think she's okay, 17. So she would have had to have this kid immediately after the hospital sequence.
Well,
in
maybe
Halloween.
the guy who was creeping on her.
Yeah.
Does he
that's
survive?
it. Solved.
Yeah. No, I mean maybe something happened off screen there.
That's what I mean. You just
And
solved
she was
it.
in her hospital bed.
Here's
Oh.
my theory. I have a theory.
Oh.
Okay.
The events of Halloween made her crave life experience. And she just went out and fucked a lot after Halloween.
Okay.
What do you think?
I could
Her
hear
life
you.
went down the drains.
Yeah. She
I
just
can hear- I
traveled
can hear
around
your-
as a drifter.
I could hear your voice about to say boned, and then you changed it to fucked.
Henry?
I like the variation.
Accurate.
So you think Laurie Strode just started hitchhiking and just kind of lost her way and had enough sense?
I think Laurie Strode has no idea who the father of this child is.
Yeah. I could see
I
that.
think it's Sheriff Brody's son from Halloween 2, and I think your both theories are probably correct. But I don't know. I like it. I like both ideas, and they both work. Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't make sense. I don't like that
No.
we're dealing with her fucking kid in this movie. Where's Laurie? Who's the father? Why is she staying with this foster family?
Yeah, well, they say, she prays for her parents in heaven, and then I didn't catch that her parents were dead, and then I was reading a plot description somewhere, and it said that they briefly mentioned that her parents died in a car accident.
So
Yeah, I
Laurie's
read
dead?
that too.
I didn't
read
catch that at all,
I didn't catch that either. And
but I
read
caught
the
her
same thing.
praying for her parents in heaven.
Yeah, well, they probably told her that, right? Her foster folks probably told her that so that she wouldn't go look for him. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So she's being taken care of by this girl, Rachel, who's like her foster sister. And this is the part of the movie I'm into. Honestly, once Michael Myers shows up, starts killing people, I thought the rest of this movie was fucking boring. But I'm totally down for like some suburban drama where teens are having love triangles.
Yeah.
That's my
There's
favorite
a lot of
kind
good
movie.
lines. Yeah.
Yeah. What are
There's
some
a
of
lot
the
of
great
good
lines?
There's a mom, I'm on a diet. You want an oinker for a daughter?
I enjoyed that.
That's
yeah.
a good
Come
one.
on.
That's a good one.
Jesus.
I liked the promiscuous girlfriend Kelly, who's wearing a T-shirt that says "Cops do it by the book."
Right.
Franchise crossover, Henry.
Hard bodies.
Yeah,
I got it.
thank
I
you
read
for
that.
catching that. Yeah, yeah. She was that roller skater.
I remember her.
Yeah.
She also
Hard
delivers one of my favorite lines from the film when Brady or whatever dares his friend to go ask her out, and he says, "I'm not afraid of the sheriff's daughter," and he walks over and he tries to get her attention, and she just goes, "Fuck off, Wade."
That's great. Yeah, I like every one of those.
Yeah,
scenes.
fuck off, Wade.
Did
My
you
favorite
catch who
line
Brady
doesn't
is?
come for a while.
Okay, what is it? What is it?
Well, there's a lot of great lines in this film.
Well, my favorite line doesn't come till towards the end, but it's when they're in the house and they're, Michael Myers is chasing them around, and Brady shoots the door open or tries to with a shotgun.
Yeah, I wrote this down.
And it's 3 lines. I wrote them all down. He goes, "It's metal, God damn it! It's metal!" And she goes, his girlfriend goes, "What does that mean?" and he goes, "It means we're locked in the goddamn house." End quote.
That was the scene that in Scream.
Oh, I love that part.
In Scream, when she can't get the deadbolt open. Remember in Scream, she says, like, these big-breasted bitches in horror movies always running up the stairs when they should be going out the front door. And then, like, later in the movie, she tries to get a deadbolt open, and she can't, and she runs upstairs. This is the scene that they were ripping on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, that's
It's
right.
metal. What does that mean?
Wait, well, he shoots the lock on the door, and then he says it's metal. So is the door made of metal? Like they can't get out of it?
That's why it's great. It's a wooden door with a little old-fashioned doorknob, and he does blow a hole in it.
Oh, I get it.
It's great. It's so good.
So the lock on the door is made of adamantium.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah, I love that. That was really good. Anyway, sorry. Where are we now? I want to say I liked the beginning. I liked Myers' escape from the ambulance, and I had a memory moment. I remember I told you some of these I wasn't sure if I'd seen, and some of them might come back to me.
Yeah.
I remembered vividly when he kills that EMT guy with a thumb through the forehead.
Yeah.
I remember that as a kid really disturbing me. I must have seen it at the age of 10, and it really disturbed me. Now it's great.
Do you remember right before that moment when they mention that he has a niece in his hand, he clenches his fist?
Yeah.
I didn't, but it's great.
Yeah.
I was into this
Must
for the first.
not have niece.
No, I think it's the opposite. Like they mentioned that he had a niece, and he just sprung a boner immediately. So psyched to have a new target. So
He's got something to do now, yeah, because he didn't have anything to do before.
Right, he figured out his day.
And that would be maddening if you're like a masked serial killer and you don't really have a target or purpose. So at least he knows now what he's going for.
He's like, I can go on a rampage, I can kill some other people, but I have a goal. He's a goal-oriented
He's
killer.
a goal-oriented killer, and he's also got extreme luck in that every time they transfer this fucker, it's Halloween.
I think it's those silver shamrock masks he's been wearing.
I think you're right. Sam Hain, everyone. Sam Hain. Yeah, so it helps him out that the holidays. Because if they transferred him on, I don't know, Memorial Day, what's he going to do?
Massacre a parade.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd watch it. He should tackle other holidays.
It's true. His rampages are actually quite avoidable if everyone is aware that every Halloween in Haddonfield this might happen. So, because once that night is over, he's finished too. So, just get out of Haddonfield for Halloween, come back November 1st. Everything's fine.
FYI, that's great advice.
Hey, thanks to the people
love
of Haddonfield. Yeah.
They probably have low property rates in Haddonfield.
Yeah,
get yourself a beautiful house on the cheap. Live in the Myers house for all I give a shit, and then just take that week off.
take the week off.
It's brilliant.
Come back when the storm has blown over. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so I like the first 40 minutes of this movie. I'm into
So
the
do I.
teens. Brady, do you know? I like that actor. Did you recognize him?
You know, I thought I did recognize. Help me out. Where do I know? What do I know him from?
I love him in Dazed and Confused.
Oh, is that what he's from?
He's the one who hits on the teacher near the beginning. He's wearing overalls.
Oh, all right. That's sort of the only reputable thing he's ever been in.
Yeah. Well, he's been in a few things. His name is Sasha Jensen. He's like a Texas actor, I think, and I always like him when he pops up and stuff. Yeah. Loomis is back. We're spending a lot of time with Loomis. He's got a lot more speeches to deliver.
Lots of great Loomis lines.
I really, and I, of course, goes without saying, I love Donald Pleasance in the first two. Dan really loved Donald Pleasance in the first two, but I really loved him in this one.
It was nice to have him back.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't make any sense.
No, but it really was nice to have him back into this film.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Where people don't believe him, but they start to believe him a little more swiftly than in the
they do. So. They really do start to believe.
Yeah, they do. And he makes a friend. Remember, he makes a friend, the guy who picks him up when he's hitchhiking.
Yeah, by the way, another weird homeless guy who they're just sharing whiskey.
Yeah. True.
It's become a runner in these movies. We'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that was a little confusing to me about this movie is Haddonfield, to me, is just a sleepy, normal suburban town.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it seems upper middle class to me.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But in this movie, all of a sudden, the fucking Rabble gang from South Park shows up.
Oh, yeah, right.
We cut to the bar. They find out, like, there's going to be a curfew, and everyone from the bar just leaves with some shotguns and runs off. Haddonfield, vigilante justice. This spells bad news for poor Ted Hollister, am I right?
Yeah, and you know what? I made a note about that. Besides Michael Myers' death count and how many people he kills, we are pretty much at that moment, the thought popped into my head, we are in for the greatest drunk driving accident in history. Because you got at least 10 guys driving pickups with shotguns.
Yeah. Well, what happens is you have Earl, the bartender or proprietor of the bar too.
Yes.
He calls the police station and there's no answer, right?
Right.
So that's enough for him to he walks over, he takes a big chug of beer, finishes his beer off, grabs his shotgun and says, "Come on, boys."
Yeah.
And they're ready. It looks routine to them.
Yeah, and the rest of them go, rabble.
Well, they're used to doing it whenever a person of color comes into town. So
right.
Well, in this movie, Ted Hollister gets it.
Yep.
They're like, "Is he dead?" And then one guy's like, "Yes, you shot him with the shotgun."
By the way, do you even... refresh my memory. We see Ted in the bar, or... because we certainly don't see anyone getting shot.
No, I think he's just like, they see someone in the woods.
Yeah.
And they start shooting at him, thinking it's Michael, and then they walk over and they're like, "Oh shit, that's Ted from the bank," or something.
We don't know who he is. No.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even see a person getting shot.
No, we
never
just
see shots getting fired into the brush, and then them going over to see nothing. It was very strange. I wonder if they ran out of extras or something.
Yeah, that was odd. And by the way, he's just hiding in the bushes next
what's
to.
He doing?
Maybe he was peeping on someone.
Yeah.
What is he doing over there?
What, you never hidden any bushes before? I'll tell you what he's probably doing. Waiting for some kids to show up so he can say, "Get your ass away from there."
Yeah, probably.
That was
good.
I took my opening.
I knew that was it, and I knew you were going to go for it.
Thank you.
Like a running back on the field.
He's up to something, and I think he deserves it. He's hiding in the bushes on Halloween night.
You think he deserves to be shot?
Yeah, he's hiding in the bushes. What is he doing? He's a grown man, presumably.
It's a good point.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So he's
what
up to
the
no
fuck
good.
is he doing? He is up to no
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I agree.
Does he have binocs? That would really sell it for me.
I don't know about Binox, but I want to point out something that was glaring to me in the first 15, 20, whatever fucking minutes. The mask in this movie sucks.
Okay, I counterpoint.
There's a big problem with the mask.
Counterpoint. The mask is pretty scary, but
Really?
the fact that it has hair sucks.
Interesting. Okay, but it has hair in the first one, man.
I don't know. It like sticks up in this movie.
Yeah, he's got like a bouffant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you see the part where he steals his own mask from the toy store, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And then that mask that he steals has fake hair on it that's not even hair, it's just plastic.
Yeah.
But then somehow he has his real hair poking out later.
I
don't know, it's a minor thing.
I thought it was a big problem because
I do like that he steals his own mask. Like, he knows who he is. He doesn't just pick any mask.
Yeah, it's true. This is my trademark.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's like Jason with the hockey mask. You're not going to just steal some random mask. Yeah, for sure.
The hockey mask was a random mask, though.
Right, but then he had to have it, throughout after that. There's no more
he realized what a good look it was.
Yeah.
Right. Find your look.
Yeah. So it was a big upgrade on that bag.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You got anything else? Honestly, once Mike Myers shows up and starts killing motherfuckers, I'm a little bit out on this movie. I was bored for a lot of the last half of it, but I did find the rooftop scene somewhat harrowing.
Yeah. I think the movie is overall like made with skill. I don't think it's like we don't have like a situation where we had in some of those middle Friday the 13th movies where they're just so piss poor.
Sure.
But you can still enjoy it, but they're piss poor production and all this. And I don't think this is a badly made movie. I don't think it's a good movie, but I don't think it's a badly made movie. I think it's actually made with a level of skill.
Yeah, I did care about a couple of the characters too. Like, I didn't want Rachel the Oinker to die. And
well, I didn't like her.
I kind of did want her to. Yeah, I thought she was very bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Nor as a person. She's a bad person.
Yeah.
Come on, she
keeps like talking about what a bummer, her little
she's
foster
a really
sister is, which
bad sibling.
But she is a bummer.
She
I
wants
know.
to bang Brady.
I know. So she's a bad person. She's got a little fostered sister there.
Yeah, I guess.
And is admittedly a bummer. Like I said, she says like, "Oh, if I wasn't here, you could go out." It's like, come on, kid.
I know, and she keeps having fucking scary dreams about Michael.
Yeah, so she's a little annoying to Rachel.
Yeah, here's what I have to say to Halloween.
Do that.
Leave the scary dreams.
Rachel was annoying to me.
What?
Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Is she your LVP?
Jason?
Wait, I lost you guys for a second.
Oh no!
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. Listen, Halloween, leave the fucking scary dreams to Fred Krueger. I have to say that. Let's keep it out of that realm for this series.
Yeah.
We didn't mention the best kill, which is when Jason takes the shotgun.
Not Jason.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we brought up Jason a lot of times.
Yeah.
Frankly, I wish we were watching a fucking Jason movie.
When Michael Myers takes the sheriff's daughter's shotgun and stabs her with the shotgun.
That's great.
Through the wall.
I love it. I love it. He's not going to shoot anyone.
I was like, is he going to take a shotgun and shoot her? That was really going to bum me out. And no.
I like that Michael Myers is pro gun control. At one point, he takes a shotgun off of Brady, and he just throws it aside.
Tosses it aside.
Yeah. I'm into it.
He's not a big Second Amendment guy.
He's a proponent of the Brady Bill. You see what I did there?
No.
See.
I took the gun control bill and the character's name, Brady, and put them together.
Got it.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm going to put a cricket sound effect there in the post-production of this episode.
Well, at least that Jason's here for some intelligence.
Hey.
All right.
Ooh, all right.
What did you guys think of that ending?
Boys.
Yeah, we get a big twist. It's kind of a ripoff on the Corey Feldman thing in that one Friday the 13th movie.
Good call.
Yeah, I think it's part 4, the final chapter, part 4 of 10.
That was before this movie was made.
Yes. So, yeah, at the end of the movie, Jamie turns evil. I do like that we get a reprise of the single camera perspective from the beginning of the first movie.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Well, here's my question to you guys. It's a key question. Did you guys see that coming with her turning bad?
Not, and I've seen this movie before, and I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming either. I did think it was very suspicious, when she goes up and kind of touches his hand, but I didn't anticipate this happening at all.
Me neither.
Yeah, so we get a new villain. Michael Myers is dead, and our new villain is Jamie Lloyd.
Yeah.
Right?
Michael Myers, I assume that...
That's the rest of the series.
Sure, absolutely. No more Michael Myers, right? They retire him in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's finished. Yeah.
Did you notice how big and bulky Michael Myers is in this film?
Yeah, another bad...
Awkward. Apparently he wore hockey gear.
I heard
this.
Yeah,
under his costume.
Bring back Nick Castle.
Yeah.
No, Nick Castle by this point is directing Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, I know. Well, he should have been back here for this. Yeah.
Yeah, did you know, Jason, that the guy who was Michael Myers in the first movie went on to direct The Last Starfighter?
And Major Payne, right?
Yes, that's right.
That's the one that stood out to me.
Major fucking Payne, I love it. All right, what do you guys give this movie?
Jason?
You guys go first. Go first. You might argue me up.
Yeah, I mean, he gave Season of the Witch 1 star. So, all right, I'm going 2. 2 stars.
I'm also going to.
Okay.
All right, well then that's where I was going originally, so I feel pretty good about that.
Okay, good.
This is a solid I was gonna go 3 because I enjoyed discussing it with you guys, but as a film, it's a 2.
I don't think it's out of the realm of.
If Halloween 2 is a 3, this has got to be a 2.
Right.
I think it's definitely between a 2 and a 3, but I think it's closer to a 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. MVP, LVP, Jason.
Okay, so for my MVP, it's Danielle Harris.
I'm also going with Danielle Harris. Yeah.
Yeah, she was great. She really sells it. Her screaming is fucking terrifying, especially when she's in the school.
Yeah.
And she's a little adorable kid,
She's got weird bangs.
Yeah, she's so cute. You don't want anything to happen to her, and you're genuinely terrified for her. She makes the movie scarier than it is.
I totally agree. I thought she was a very good child actor. I absolutely did not want anything bad to happen to her.
No. My God.
And she's good. That actress Danielle Lloyd has kind of gone on to become like horror royalty. You could catch her at like horror conventions a lot. She still works almost exclusively in horror movies. Like I think she was in those Hatchet movies.
That's what I was reading. She was in a film that I really liked from a few years ago called Stakeland. Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a vampire / they're kind of like zombies.
Yes. I don't think I saw it, but it's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
It's
really good. Really recommend it. Good, like kind of action horror film.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm going to go, my MVP is Donald Pleasance. I liked what he did in this film, and I thought it was great to have him back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My LVP is Rachel.
Rachel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that your LVP also, Jason?
It's not. It's I had a few contenders, but mine's Brady. Sorry, Dan.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
My LVP, Mustafa Akkad. I want to see that John Carpenter Deborah Hill movie they wanted to do.
Wow, man! Have you ever given an LVP to a producer?
I'll have you know that it's close. Around Friday the 13th, 9 and 10, I gave New Line Cinema an LVP.
Oh, there you go. We have given companies. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I want to make sure this isn't any kind of Islamophobia going on here.
Certainly not. I watched Kumail Nanjiani on SNL last night.
Right,
Okay.
that covers it. Me too. I have one superhero in this. The Doctor, whom is fed up with Loomis's bullshit at the very beginning of the movie, Dr. Hoffman, is played by the second actor with the last name Pataki that we've covered.
Elsa Pataki.
That's right. This is Michael Pataki. I think he's been in something else we covered too, but I don't remember. But he was in the TV movie in the 70s of Spider-Man.
Yep. I have reverence for that movie.
Never seen it.
It's fun. I think I got it on VHS as a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I have an update on Elsa Pataki.
Oh.
Did you know that she's married to Chris Hemsworth?
No.
Yeah, I found that out this week.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was also once engaged to Adrian Brody. She has a more interesting love life than she is an actress. Even though I liked her in those Fast movies.
Yeah, she was good.
All right, let's wrap up, gang. This is going to be our longest episode.